Hello, hello everyone. Today we are going to be creating a simple client tracker. So the first thing that you want to do is the main goal for this project is to practice a real world use case. So the first thing you want to do is go over to where it says board and then select board. And we're just going to say, for right now, let's just make it private. And then I'm just going to tell add columns for, okay. That didn't work very well. Let's try again. We're going to create a board, and it's going to be a new board. And we are going to say, call this board client. Or actually, let's go ahead and just enter it, create board manually. And then we're going to name this board client tracker. Client projects. That's what I meant. Client projects. All right, and right here it asks you what you want to add. So one of the things that I do want to add, if it's up here, so it's going to be custom. And then I'm just going to make it private for right now. And then I'm going to create. And it's going to take probably a few seconds. Okay. So the great thing about it is you could change the headers. So right now we need a column. First, we need a status column. We need a timeline. We need an owner, and we need notes. So let's go ahead and let's select. We're gonna also add company name in there. And then this is going to be so we're going to change this and we're going to make this the owner. Now for this one, we already have it in there, but we are going to change the statuses, the name of the statuses. So for orange, I'm going to select, let's select lead. The next one will be red. That will be active. And then for the green, this is going to be completed. And then we're going to apply it. So right now we have all our different, statuses already changed. The next thing that we want to do is, and just so you know, you can change the column type. So for this one in particular, we are going to select, let's see, or actually, let's go ahead, add this. If you go over to add columns to the right, there's going to be more columns, and this will show you all the types of columns that you have, that you can add. So we have status, we have owner, which is people, and an easier way to find what you're looking for is just to type it in. If there's something in there that we could, but anyways, I think it is probably just going to be Actually, let's select long text. Because notes, they can be either short or long, so you never really know. So then the next thing is, let's just go ahead and delete that. And then then there is a timeline. And so we're gonna delete the date. And let's just add timeline. So actually, I want to put timeline before the notes. So you can click this and then, so that would just give you the timeline. And anytime that it gets closer to the due date, it'll start turning a different color so that you know it's getting closer. So, you know, I just randomly selected this. So we're going to put in our company name, which is going to be ABC Company. Then we are also going to create XYZ Marketing. And then we're going to put Sunrise Dental. I'm going to use that one. So these are all the companies. And then you would basically assign the owner to this, which in this case it will be me. You can also add everyone to this board. Let me see, everyone to this board. You could put down, this is a new lead. And whenever you leave a note in, that little bubble turns blue because it's a brand new update. After a while, it turns gray because there hasn't been an update. But anyways, for this one has been completed. So we're going to say at everyone. This just also helps just to communicate with your team. This assignment has been completed. So then you'll get a message there. And the same thing goes for this. So you say so if there's someone in particular that you want to handle it, you would tag that person individually and say, so, and then you just update it. And so all of them just turn blue. So you could also use the long text. Oh, and I forgot. We need to change this from long text to notes. So that is notes. You can use that for anything. The next thing that I wanted to show you is you could change the group titles. They don't have to stay this way. Yeah, they don't really have to stay the same. But you could say, you know, this is company. You could say new. In progress. And complete. And then you can add another one. And this is going to be completed. You could choose whatever colors that you want for this. You can make it pink. all you do is you click on that, click on those three dots right next to the group name, and then you're going to click on group color, and of course it disappeared. You're going to go over to change group color, and then you could add if you want it to be yellow. The same thing goes for this one. You go to these three dots, then you go down to change color group, and then you could use white. So that is this is basically what you would do. This is how you create a board. On our next video, I will show you how to do some automations so that you don't have to be constantly clicking whether this is active, whether this is lead. It will be super helpful for you moving forward. So let me know if you. So I hope you like this video. If you did, please click that like button and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.